Today, I'm exposing the unethical and corrupt spending by Arias, Soria, Maxwell, and Esparza of taxpayer monies through their district budgets, and what have really become nothing more than slush funds for their personal and political gain. Esmeralda Soria, District 1. She spends almost $2,000 on flowers. She sends her interns to movies. She did a 20,000 piece mailer, and it cost the taxpayers $9,500. District 3, Miguel Arias, $66,000 for magnets, t-shirts, tote bags, and so on. One Dell laptop for $378. He's bought AirPods for $216. An iMac computer for $1,565. Tyler Maxwell, 16-page slick, color, glossy brochure. There are printing and binding charges for $8,500. There's $1,400 for photography. And by the way, he has beautiful photographs of himself throughout the thing. Now, Mr. Esparza, the new council president, when he became the council president, he wanted to honor himself. So he threw himself a bash outside City Hall for $2,300 on the taxpayer dime. He also hired a company for $4,000 to create a logo for the council president. He held 2 Halloween events, and he spent nearly $4,000 on candy apples. Is that really what city dollars are supposed to be used for? I think not. I'm putting 2 items on next week's agenda. I'm seeking an outside, independent forensic audit, a forensic audit of all council budgets and expenditures over the last 3 years. I believe the mayor is interested in pursuing this as well, and if the council refuses to approve it, I believe the mayor and I will pay for the audit should it exceed $50,000.
I could tell you this, I think that's incredibly disingenuous because every nickel that we spent goes through the city controller's office. I could tell you that the major expenses from my office are often run by the city attorney's office to make sure we're in compliance, and city attorney's office has found no misappropriation, no misuse of council funds, not just from my district, but any council district.
We're creating community engagement. I mean, that's really what all of these expenses went to. And we can nitpick at, this one or that one, but that's where the bulk of the resources has gone. It's very front-facing, external to the community, directly back into the community.
The second item on the agenda is directing the city control and the city manager to rescind all council credit cards as well as their chief of staff credit cards.
I can tell you that at this point, council isn't considering his particular solutions. If there was, if council as a whole, determined there was some issue, I think we would take it on and have a discussion as a council. But I've made it clear that, Councilmember Bredefeld is, he's not an effective municipal legislator, and unlikely that we would take his suggestions too seriously.
This needs to change. If this doesn't change, this will go on for decades. And right now, you have a gang of 4. I call them the corrupt gang of 4. And they protect each other. They look out for each other. We saw that when they were investigated by the district attorney. Nobody would talk about the Brown Act. These folks have forgotten who they work for. They think they were elected kings and queens and that this is their personal slush funds. It is not. This is the taxpayer money. We ought to respect it. We ought to respect them. And that's not happening.